Water, fire, earth, air. Four nations, one avatar. What's going on, guys? This is Geek Detective Pierce, also known as Skyhound. So, I'm going to be going over the trailer as well as react to Netflix Avatar The Last Airbender. Now, I know for fans, we each have our favorite, characters, story arcs, and the like. And there's been a lot of, mixed feelings with regards to the sequel. Now, for those of you who like Korra, fine, I get it. But don't go into fandoms starting to try to bash us when we each have our own opinions. Frankly, if you think that women also don't, like Avatar, you're not looking hard enough. And I'm being really clear here. There are female fans of Avatar The Last Airbender. Heck, there are even female fans who know how to bash Korra. And frankly, in terms of writing, there are some that I have watched that have given very solid, very clear, and very well thought out arguments as to why Korra is bad, if you know where to look. But I am not here to entirely just bash Korra here because I'm never going to even watch it. I am going to be here to be talking about Netflix and their attempt at doing Avatar The Last Airbender. And obviously, I will point out here we will not, I will say again, we will not be talking about that other horrendous attempt. Avatar fans know exactly what I mean when I say horrendous attempt. I'm not even going to mention the guy's name. But before I get into that, I do want to point out that I did get a chance last year to go to Comic Con Revolution, meet up with a few familiar faces, and also I got this little fella signed. If that wasn't clear, I did get a chance to meet the voice actor of Toph and, do a little quick one-on-one chat with her on some stuff. But on top of that, I will leave in the description below a link to her thoughts and her reaction to the trailers itself. However, I'm going to go a little further here. Not only am I going to be reacting and reviewing this, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that some of you guys know certain things that I didn't because I need to rewatch the entire show from beginning to end again. But with that being said, here is my reaction and review to Avatar The Last Airbender. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, like I said, I am going to be going over the teaser trailer as well as the actual trailer for Netflix and their attempt at doing Avatar The Last Airbender. So, here we go. Sosin's Comet. Okay. Nice reference to book one there. Ba Sing Se. Okay, not bad. Kyoshi Warriors, come on. There's Momo. Okay, that first bit, yeah, I see bits of each of at least the first two books, not a little bit of the third, but mostly it's in reference to the first two books. As Avatar fans know, Sozin's comet is what is used by Fire Lord Ozai in book 3. And obviously there's the solstice in terms of trying to figure out, what's going on. That's why we see that curved island that's, shaped like a C. That's obviously where Aang learns a bit about the background regarding, one of his previous avatars. But with that part taken care of, now let's get to the full trailer itself. So, here we go. Okay, I get the music's definitely bait, but visually looks good. Momo's like, "Hey, I resent that. Resemble that remark." Avatar State looks really good. Okay, now that we got that part out of the way, I want to point out a few things that I did notice when I was watching this. Yes, we see hints about the Earth Nation. We see a small snippet of Jet, and there was a really good analysis video with regards to one episode of Avatar that is literally creepy. And I'm not talking about the blood bending. I'm talking about psychological warfare. There is one episode. I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube somewhere. I just need to poke around on there. But for Avatar fans who know about that psychological warfare with regards to the Earth Kingdom and then the constant brainwashing, I'll just give a rough description here. If you remember, there's one specific scene where there's like this one room, and then the person's like sitting there, and then there's like a huge circle, and then there's a light going around. You guys know exactly what episode that is. And for some reason, just that episode, just thinking about it, I'm thinking in the back of my head, gosh damn, that is some pure, crazy manipulation right there. by the Earth Kingdom. And one part I remember very well is they mentioned that the way how that episode is written, it tells you that something is definitely wrong. There's a gut feeling that seems misplaced. Like you know something is wrong, you just can't put your finger on it. And I know some fans like that episode in terms of how it's written and all that. Others may not like it, but again, it's been a while since I've watched it. However, with that being said, I want to go over the trailer really quick here. So, here on this screen, you can see that this is in reference to book one. Most of us already know that. Then again, it's been a while since I've watched it, but let me get to another part here. So, here, if I had to take a guess, this definitely looks more with regards to book one. And obviously, we see some of the benders going against the Fire Nation here. And then this part right here, I'll just play a little bit without the sound. Obviously, book one when Aang gets released. I will say that this shot definitely is going to stick in people's minds. Visually, it looks really, really good. Now, cutting over here to the Fire Nation, I will say that I get that when the news first broke out about Netflix wanting to do Avatar The Last Airbender, my first initial reaction was like, they're probably going to mess this up like they did with that other attempt. But thankfully, that doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm a little bit relieved about that. Now, the way how these actors look, though, for like the Fire Nation, I will say it is pretty close to accurate. Now, if you guys get a chance to watch Toph's reaction to this trailer, I think she, like most of us, kind of have the same thought process. It's not beat for beat, but as long as you respect the material, you respect how it started, what got it to where it is, and get as close as you can. Close, not exact, close to the source material. Respect it. Respect the intelligence of your fans and your customers, as well as the people that actually started the damn show. You respect that, you will get the money. I can guarantee you that. Anyway, enough of my little rant there. Let's keep going a little bit. You can see here, though, this is obviously with the air nomads when, the Fire Nation destroyed it. Aang gets really upset, breaks into the Avatar state, and obviously the only one that's able to calm him down is Katara. I know I'm just bouncing around here, but then again, this is just a trailer. This part right here, it's pretty clear that was in reference to the intro of Avatar: The Last Airbender when it started. So I like that they tried to replicate that part right here in this scene. And then we get here to some of the Fire Nation soldiers. Design wise, I like that this is almost pretty accurate in terms of how they were depicted. Again, I'm not going to mention that other guy's name. At least this one, they are respecting the source material. They got as close as they can. Then we see a little bit. I'll get to this part here. Right here, we can pretty much tell that's the Agni Kai with the in terms of the background to Zuko, how he got that mark on his face. And obviously, I will say, also rip to the original voice of Uncle Iroh. I remembered when I did get a chance to speak with Toph back last year in May. I inquired about, what was it like working with the actor, and I thought it was the substitute, and she said no. I never got a chance to work with that guy. It was the original actor who played Uncle Iroh on that scene. So there's that scene where Toph actually gets a chance to talk with Uncle Iroh a little bit. I don't know the name of the episode. I know you guys probably do. You can feel free to cite that episode in the comments down below. At least you're kind of reminding me that I should watch the Avatar cartoon again from beginning to end. But going on here, we also get, I mean, the actress who's playing June in this one. I'm pretty sure that was the name of the character. Again, it's been a while since I've watched it. Feel free to leave in the comments below if I got this correct or incorrect. But, looking at this, I can tell that, these people really care about the show and they are really fans of it. Heck, I mean, speaking of fans, I'll deviate just a little bit here, but uh there are some with regards to Star Trek. There are definitely fans, Trekkie fans who respect the material and all that. I remembered one of the Power Ranger actors got an opportunity to participate in one of the fan projects, and she was surprised that there are really dedicated fans who know their stuff, know the material, respect the lore. Excuse me, respect the lore and all that. This attempt by Netflix, I will always say this, and despite being a fan, cautious optimism. Let me say that again. Cautious optimism. Could it be bait? Maybe. Is it a good attempt? Yes. Is it respecting the material? Yes. However, once I'm finished with this, I will go a little further and explain as to why I'm also being a bit cynical at the same time. But anyway, I'm going to be playing this one without the sound this time, so keep going. We see a little bit of, if you guys remember, there's a moment where Hang does enter the spirit world, and one in book one, he's trying to figure out who his earthbending teacher is going to be, and he also learns a bit about Ko, the face stealer. I'm not quite sure if that moment that I just played a little bit is in reference to that, but to me, that's probably a good reference. And there's also a bit of, when we see the Kyoshi warriors in action and also a little bit of Ba Sing Se. And there's also a part that I really enjoyed. There's also a little bit of the blue spirit right there. You can sort of see. There is a part that I want to go back just a little bit. Give me a moment. Here. So, again, we know that eventually Zuko learns that, after his failed attempt, they do eventually they're trying to get to the Earth Kingdom and all that. But obviously, they know are some people who are skeptical of Iroh and see him as a traitor. And obviously, Zuko does break him out. The thing is that Uncle Iroh is the only guiding hand in trying to reshape and reform Zuko's way of thinking. And obviously, when it gets to the end of book two, you know, Aang does get betrayed. And obviously, Zuko does join his sister, albeit briefly. But we also get a moment where obviously Iroh is asking Zuko, after he frees Appa, who are you and what do you want? And basically, Iroh is just pointing out to his nephew that You really screwed up. Excuse my language here. He did screw up a lot. And mentally, he's not in the right place. But it's going to take some difficulties from, what Zuko's going through. And not just him, but also Team Avatar themselves. They also go through some difficulties. It is because of those hardships that they face that changes their character, raises the stakes, and also causes them to be better than they formerly were. But anyway, yeah, we get a little bit from book one around here. Obviously, when Aang actually, tries to save the water spirit, and there's obviously that amazing moment where Iroh is going like, he's telling the general, you need to put down that spirit because anything you do to it, if you harm it, I will unleash upon you tenfold. And he definitely does not back down on his promise. And obviously, for those of us that have watched it, we know what happens, on that moment. But frankly, looking at this, it looks really good. And I know we get a little bit of the Avatar state, as a teaser. But overall, I will say that visually, it looks good. Again, I'm being cautiously optimistic. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit on the trailer. It's been a while since I've watched it. Overall, I will say to the cast, good luck to all of you because, you know, you're definitely carrying a lot of expectations. I'm hoping that they stay faithful to this. I really want this one to succeed. But again, I really hate bait. I'll just put it this way. There are times when some people have watched trailers and they're like, we can easily tell when this is bait. That they're trying to bait the viewers into watching something and then they show you all the good stuff and then the rest of it is crap. I know I'm not the only one that has come across this. There's a bunch of people that have come across this stuff. But overall, I will say kudos to them to trying to at least stay as true as you can to the source material. So kudos to you, Netflix, on that. Do I want to watch it? Maybe. However, for those of you who noticed that Netflix has already raised up their rates, even my parents told me this, the fact that they raised the rates and then they're throwing this at you while the rates are raised, it makes you really have to question with the way the economy is now. Is it? And personally, I don't care if you guys leave any comments down below. Leave your thoughts down below if you like it. Is it really worth paying $19 per subscription just to watch this after you have to wait every single time they're working on each segment? $19 a month. Do that times 365 days, 12 months in a year. With the way the economy is, if you're going to say no, I really respect that. If you're still willing to shell out $19 a month, good on you. Not everyone has that amount of cash. However, I will say this. I am definitely going to try and look into this in some other way. Savvy? Anyway, leave your thoughts in the description down below. If you have time, go ahead and take a look at Toph's reaction to the trailer. With that being said, this is Skyhound, also known as Geek Detective Pierce. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like and subscribe button. Again, I may not be doing as many videos as I should, but I will say this. Later on, I am going to be going over Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. So stay tuned for that. Peace.